Hello, beautiful people. I'm Bunny Silverton, for those that don't know me, and for those that do know me. I have an extraordinary body of work. It's a 6-month embodiment coaching certification called Sacred Star. We have one of the beautiful students who actually came through on the first round of this beautiful coaching certification 3 years ago, and we're now into round 3. And she has come from student, and now she's our master coach in the Sacred Star certification. So it's Roslyn Clare, and she's from Australia. Hi, Roslyn. And if you join the Sacred Star certification, you actually get a free session with Roslyn to really experience the embodiment process that we walk you through so that you can have a master coach working on you. So the aim of this little interview with Roslyn is to, first of all, show how so she can tell her story and her experience, and also for you to ask any questions around this certification or anything that you'd like to ask Rosalind, and also just another opportunity for us to explore this embodiment, what embodiment is, how to create embodiment, the challenges of embodiment, and all these wonderful things so that you can get more and more clarity around the Sacred Star Coaching certification. And we're beginning round 3 in March. So it's going to be another beautiful grade. And the thing about this certification is it's constantly evolving and upgrading as wonderful people like Roslyn evolve and upgrade through the system. And she's been extremely pivotal, I can't say the word,
Pivotal.
pivotal in helping the certification ground and blossom and come more and more into its power. So I'm very grateful for Roslyn and her presence and her dedication and her overall beauty and wisdom and everything that she is. So Roslyn, gorgeous woman, how are you? And tell us who you are, more of who you are. I know you're a mom. I know you're Australian. I know you're an amazing healer, coach, teacher. You've got a wealth of knowledge behind you. But yeah, let us know a little bit more about you from your words.
From my words. Hi, everyone. My name's Roslyn. I, as Vanny said, live in Australia. I am really passionate about connecting people to their body and essentially teaching you how to be self-connected and self-led in life and really awaken that self-awareness, because that really has been pivotal for me in my healing journey, is my self-awareness. And the only way I really mastered that was through self-connection. So yeah, I love working with mainly women at this stage, but I love working with people, helping them connect and helping them essentially understand the relationship they have with themselves and how that relationship then plays out around them. And through that awareness helps them pivot and change and adjust and come more into alignment with their true self.
Yeah, absolutely. And the body does have some amazing ways of letting us find our true self. So Rosalind, can you walk us through from the beginning? What was the thing that attracted you to the certification, and what was the thing that you got out of it the most, or what was the awakenings you had? And also what's also important for us is the challenges too, because moving into embodiment isn't always sometimes the most smoothest ride, but it is definitely the most rewarding ride. So if you could, yeah, walk us through some of your highlights of joining and your journey through the certification until being a master coach as well, here with us.
Beautiful. For me, I'd been doing energy healing through theta healing for a number of years, and something for me, I was noticing that it wasn't really shifting in my body. And yes, I'd cleared a lot of beliefs, but my body was still experiencing the trauma on a day-to-day basis. And I still felt really stuck. And then I'd been getting to hear this word, embodiment, and I didn't really know what it was or what it was about, really. And then yourself started sharing about this course, and then something just lit up inside of me, and it was a really strong full body yes to me, like, this is it. And so I signed up, and it was probably the biggest thing I'd done for myself. Like, I'd never spent that much money on a course. I'd never really put myself out there that way, and I'd never really because a lot of the theatre healing courses are, a couple of days here, a couple of days there. And so I'd never really done anything like a 6-month accreditation. But I just knew, in my soul that this was it. And I was at a stage in my personal development where I really was so over, like I'd spent years and years going over, redoing, re-healing, trying to fix. And I was just at this stage that I just really had enough. I'm like, no, this is it. Like, I am all in. I am doing everything I need to do because I don't want to come out of this a year later and still be the same person. So I essentially threw myself in there. Like, I decided I was going to stick it out and just go for it. And I did. And it probably was, sometimes it was very scary because I'd had a lot of unprocessed trauma from growing up. And so I had to really be able to stick with it when I was in full fear, when I was in full trauma, when all my shit was coming up to the surface. So that for me was probably the hardest part, was learning to navigate and learning to remain still in that without running away. And there were times when I really did feel like giving up because it was really bringing up a lot of intense feeling, a lot of intense emotion. But I didn't, because I knew this was it. I had to go through it in order to heal. And then it just shifted in my body. Like, the most amazing things happened. And I began to put into place boundaries that I needed to put into place for decades. I began to speak up for myself. I found my voice. I began to really discover who I was and what I was capable of. And it's really essentially set me up to full body healing. And it transformed me in such a way that it still continues to transform me. And it was just this huge year of huge highs, big lows, huge transformations. I discovered parts of myself that I didn't even know were there, and just amazing opportunities. Like, it all just flowed. Like, I just flowed with whatever was coming up and just trusted that I would get to wherever I was going to be at the end of it, and just held my course and just flowed. Okay, this week we're going to have a down week. This week we're going to be having a high. The next week we're going to be, needing a break. Like, so I just flowed through it, and yeah, it was phenomenal. Like, it really set me up for, I guess, the keys to really transform myself. Whatever life throws at me, I can hold myself through it.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. And I love the power, boundaries, speaking up. Those points are so important for us to keep moving to our next level. If we don't get those things, embody those things, then we can't do our next level of things. So it's really beautiful to hear that. In your words, what do you now understand about embodiment? How do you feel it? How do you sense it? How do you recognize it? Because, the key with the Sacred Star certification is that we're learning to tap into the body's intelligence, and we're learning to tap into the body's intelligence until we find the soul brilliance of the person. So how would you describe embodiment from your experience or from your awareness?
For me, embodiment feels like fully living the life in a way that feels true to you. Like, it's you fully being able to embody and be yourself at any given moment. And if that self is needing to have a tantrum because there's something going through your body right now and you're triggered, that's okay. Like, it's giving yourself. So to me, embodiment gives yourself the permission to be you and live through that, and the permission to have your own unique experience regardless of what's happening around you with other people. So it taps you into your own unique experience of the world we live in.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And from that awareness, how does it reorientate you to life or to purpose or to...
So for me, what I found was that it really helped me once I really established that deep full body connection like now I can tell what's really going on in my body. Like I'm so self-aware. I can tell if I'm in freeze, or I can tell if I'm in flight, or I can tell that this is my soul talking to me. Oh, this is, group consciousness. Like I've become so aware of the little intricacies within energy that it really gives you the freedom to act in a way that feels aligned to you. So
Yeah.
essentially it's brought out my self-freedom, my self-knowingness, my self-expression, because you know what's yours, what's not. Like you have such great discernment and sovereignty and freedom, like free will, because you are aware of what is happening around you and how it's playing out and how your energy is affecting it and how their energy is affecting you. And it's freedom at its core.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And on that note, how did you feel freedom in your body before doing the certification, and now how do you feel freedom in your body from going through the process and all the? I'm sure you've worked on yourself a lot through this journey. How do you feel freedom in your body now?
Essentially, I think I feel prior to doing Sacred Star, there was no freedom in my body. I wasn't even connected to my body. Like,
Mm,
so there, I was not really self-aware that way. So I was brilliant at helping other people help see what was happening in their body, but I had no connection to my own. So therefore, I had no real compass to navigate life from. And now it's, for me, freedom feels liberating. Like I feel
mm,
liberated. I feel at peace. I feel such stillness and space. And freedom doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to feel good for the rest of your life, but it means that I have the freedom to act, choose, respond, support. Like freedom to me says that I have the freedom to support myself through this,
mm,
whatever is happening, or I have the freedom to celebrate whatever's happening right now, or I have the
mm.
freedom to, avoid or attract or receive or give. Like it's just total freedom.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. I love that. I love without freedom, I mean, what's the point of living, right? What's the point of living? And from that, when the body's freer, you can actually start to have freer inspiration. Your inspirations can run through you freer. Your passions, your desires can run through you in a freer way that you can follow them through as opposed to stopping them or, so freedom is a beautiful body state for many, many different reasons. And the thing about Roslyn is that she's our master coach at in the Sacred Star. So when you sign up to it, you get a one-to-one session with her. So Roslyn, what are some of the experiences that you've had as our master coach working with people who are just coming through the certification? What are some of their issues, or where do you see the evolution that you take them through from the beginning of a session to the end of a session? What's been your
I
experience?
find I find one of the main issues that I've experienced with people coming through is they get really in their head, and they don't know, because a lot of them come from a theta healing background, and they don't necessarily have and theta healing is all about fix, 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 and it's energy, so it's fixed instantly. That's how a theta healing session works. But embodiment is very different. So for me, I find I really have to slow them down and connect them to their body, and really provide them the space and the opportunity to tap into discerning, oh, actually, this is my brain or my ego telling me I need to fix this, or this is where the session's going to go. But then quite often your body will need to have a completely different healing session in order to get to the outcome they desire.
Mhm.
So I find a lot of times I'm really helping people get out of that fixed head state and really tap into their body and follow the healing process that their body requires, not their brain is telling them they need to do, in order to get to where they go. So that the issues are, varied, but predominantly that's essentially what I'm helping them do.
Mm, mm, mm.
And yeah, it's quite miraculous when you watch them, like I've had clients, sessions with people, and because I'm not fixing them, I'm just holding space and allowing their body to go through the natural process that it needs to go through. I've had ladies get angry at me, or, because I'm not doing what they think I should be doing. And but it all passes. So it's really quite interesting to watch them go through that, really fixed in their head, unable to really tap into their body space, to then be able to go, oh, actually, I can experience and I can follow this. And to watch them build that confidence in their body, to watch them connect in that way, to watch like their nervous system relax and unwind. And then all of a sudden, like this stillness comes into the session, and then they're just sitting there still and silent, and we're just holding space that way. And my soul's talking to their soul, and their soul's talking to my soul, and it's all healing all in the background. Like I find once they get out of their head, they then are able to then connect into their body and connect into their soul, which then connects them into my soul, which then they then feel the resonance. They then feel what's happening. They then feel magic and healing next level because they're not in their head about it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then where have you seen the progression of people go from that space? Like what's been the next sort of journey? Because not only does Roslyn do the master coach session with everyone who joins, she also runs the WhatsApp group where people get, where we've got like special little groups where people join the group for the students, and we talk and we message and what's going on and what we need help with, and what we're struggling with, and our little breakthroughs and our awakenings. And it's a really beautiful little community. And Roslyn's been the leader of it for last year. What's been the joys of watching people go through the process? Because it is 6 months, and for some it goes longer than 6 months because they still need to finish off their certification. But there is a journey, there's an evolution that takes place. There's, on some level, a bit of the roller coaster, the ups, the downs, to awaken. So what's been your experience, holding that space for people to grow?
For me, like personally, I've thoroughly loved holding that space because I have such deep, deep wisdom, and I really know the intricacies of embodiment because I've lived it myself. I spent a year doing Sacred Start, and then I spent a year really helping my nervous system to heal. And I found the combination of those two really provided me to be able to hold space in a completely different way. And I've thoroughly enjoyed watching the ladies go through that journey of knowing that they're going to be okay. Yeah, they may be upset right now, they may be angry, they may be triggered, but essentially encouraging and having that awareness drop in that I'm going to be all right. This is just what's happening in the moment. Doesn't mean I'm going to be like this tomorrow or in an hour's time. And so really watching them gain confidence in knowing that they're going to be okay, that it's all going to work out, that, it's their body's having a process, and really watching them begin to tap into their body. Because 9 times out of 10, sometimes I give them insight, but I have discernment on whether I give them the answer or not. But I refer them back to their body. Like, what is your body telling you this is what's happening here? And just watching them go, oh, yeah, okay. And then being able to tap into that wisdom, being able to tap into, like, it builds that self-confidence, that self-resilience, that self-knowing. And it's really quite empowering.
Yeah.
And just watching that community and the ladies open up to each other, because, I'd ask pointed questions about, how you're feeling today, what are you celebrating today, what are you tapping into today, how are you feeling in purpose today, or whatever the thing is. Like, so being able to guide the group that way and just help them navigate and answer questions. And they would also ask me questions about, this is what's happened in session. Would you have done it any differently? What can you see? So also in that WhatsApp group, they'd say, they wouldn't name names because it's all privacy, obviously, but they'd say, this happened in a session. What do you have any advice on that? Because I feel this. And then I was able to tap into the energy of the session and guide them and say, okay, well, this is what was happening with the client. This is what was happening with you. And this was the result of it. So it was really quite empowering for them. And they thoroughly enjoyed having someone like me to learn from and to help guide and direct them in their sessions and holding space. So yeah, it was very fulfilling for me holding space like that and just, supporting, and was like this beautiful mother energy, like mothering them, but not,
Yeah, being there. Yeah, exactly. The guide, the the one that holds evolution for people, you know, in that very loving, compassionate, nurturing way. And that's why I love Roslyn, and that's why I've got her because she is so compassionate. But in her compassion, she's very wise, and wisdom goes a long way. So that compassionate, wise, but also very deeply powerful in a very nurturing way. And you know, for the body to evolve and blossom, you do need to have compassion and powerful nurturance that's kind of like, yes you can, come on now, you know. And so I really honor you, Roslyn, for holding the space in the group last year, and had so much amazing feedback from all the students from your support. So it's so nice to have you. And Rosalind, just to let everybody know, is that she also does private one-to-one coaching sessions as well. And I'll put her website link up on this video at some points so that you can go, and if you're feeling the call, and actually just have some private sessions with her, because sometimes it's just you need to do it for yourself, right? You need to take a couple of sessions, 3 or 4, to actually work through this stuff to move out the other end. And I highly recommend her. If there's one person I recommend, I certainly recommend Roslyn. So yeah, and I'm sure, well, how do you do your coaching sessions, Rosalind? Do you do clarity? Do you do, so yeah, do you want to let us know what you do, what you offer from learning all this stuff? Because it'd be great for other people to experience more of you.
So I currently do one-on-ones, which there are different packages you can buy, multiple sessions. I'm also starting in February an 8-week circle where you can, over the course of 8 weeks, learn the foundations of self-connection with a group of like-minded souls, which will be really beautiful. And I'll obviously be intuiting. So there'll be like a mini masterclass at the start of every session. And then there'll be like a practice of connecting you into your body and doing some breath work and things like that. So that's what I'm doing in February. And I'm also starting this other part of my business, which is all about celebrating you on your birthday, but that really has to be done around your birthday, which I've done a couple of now, and they are phenomenal. So yeah, that's currently what I offer. And then I am going to be doing courses, but they'll come in eventually, but not quite timing yet.
Yeah, beautiful. Highly recommend Rosalind and her work. So Rosalind, just to unless you've got anything else to say, we could probably wrap up. What
Talk
would
for
be?
hours.
We could talk. We could definitely talk for hours, but that is very true. Talk about the entire universe, the body, everything in between that links us all together. Absolutely. But just to wrap up, what would be your top 3 things that you've gotten out of the Sacred Star embodiment coaching certification, or what you feel people are going to get out of it, and it's definitely something that people need to do? What would be your top 3 things?
I think for me, number 1 would be self-connection and self-awareness, because it is the way you connect to your body is how you connect to all of your relationships around you. So if you're not deeply connected to yourself, then, and especially in an embodied way, it's very difficult to be truly intimately connected to those around you. So because connecting to yourself is very intimate, so it really builds this beautiful, intimate relationship with yourself. Like, you know yourself intricately and in a delicious way. You know your highs, your lows, your everything. And it's so beautiful, because then it allows you to have compassion for yourself and more compassion for others, because we're all human, right? So from number 1 would be self-connection. I think number 2 would be my soul. It's really embodying my soul and connecting that to my body. Like, for me, that's been so nurturing and nourishing, and it's really stabilized my whole body. And yeah, it's just so beautiful to connect to your soul. Like, it just, and when your whole body connects to your soul, like, it's just next level.
Yeah.
And I feel the third one, I mean, there's so many, but I think it's the freedom to feel sexy and self-expressive.
Yeah. Sexy and expressive, intimate, and connected to the self. And what was the first one you said? I got so lost in the intimate connection to self.
It was self-connection, connection to your soul, and feeling sexy and self-expressive.
Yeah, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. And so this is our wish, our prayer, our blessing, our awakening that everyone who joins Sacred Star certification has as well. So yes. Beautiful. We've got Tauna saying, yeah, so true. This is beautiful. Thank you, goddesses. Blessings all around. We've got Lisa also saying, thank you for sharing. So inspiring. Roslyn, and you got lots of hearts as well. Beautiful. Amazing. Roslyn, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your dedication. Thank you so much for, more than just, being a participant on our Sacred Star, more than just, being the master coach or, coming in to be the support leaders and stuff like that. Roslyn has gone on a quest. She dived so deep into this work and she did everything, did the extra, did the journaling, did the homework, read extra books, did extra things to really to create the embodiment that she knows that she absolutely deserves so that she can do that in other people. And this is what makes a master, and this is why she is our master coach, not because she's ticked off boxes to, get certified or whatever, but she's actually put in the deep, the hours in herself, the hours to help make sure that it becomes embodied, the hours to help other people, and the hours to fill in all her missing information. And this is why she's such a valuable member of our team, and I can't honor and praise her enough. I mean, we might be here all day if I was to do that, Roslyn. Maybe you wouldn't mind.
No, just drink it in.
Just bask in it.
The cells in my body are letting it.
Yeah, amazing. And so I'm just honoring you for being with us, and what a blessing you are to anyone who works with you or crosses your path. So thank you so much.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. It's been such a gift to me too.
Aww. And this is the time where I want to hug you. we're on opposite sides of the world here, so I haven't actually hugged Roslyn yet, but there's such a deep heart resonance that is happening right now that my heart's just like gone. So I can feel it. I can feel it. Aww, beautiful, 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 beautiful. So yes, so come, gorgeous, beautiful people. We are beginning Sacred Star Spring Equinox. We've got clarity calls. If you want to know more about it, we've got a syllabus. And if you're wanting to have a experience of the Sacred Star coaching embodiment style, then I highly recommend our beautiful master coach, Roslyn, and I will put her details up, or you can find it on my website under the team. You can connect with her that way. Thank you, Roslyn.
Thank you. And I look forward to meeting you all this year.
Yeah, it's going to be good.